The initial relationship that began, you know, the meeting when we came out to their office, really set the tone for us to trust them. Being a first-time home buyer, we didn't really know what to expect.
The fear of just how much it costs to live in DC, where were we gonna live? It was so big, the commuting. There was just a lot of questions that we had, and we were young. We were very young and
inexperienced.
Grace and Frank pretty much, I feel that they took us under their wing and treated us like their own children and said, you know, these are kids. Where would we want our kids to live in this area? And,
you know, we didn't have Josh, and, you know, being first married, didn't have very much money, you know, coming to a high-cost area. We weren't embarrassed, you know, with our situation. We told them, you know, what we needed, what we were really looking for our family.
And they even said, we've been there.
Yep. And, you know, they were a part of it, and, you know, and they scoured. I mean, one of the great things, you know, that you would hope that a realtor knows about is the area. And this area is so huge. I mean, they scoured the place and they picked out, you know, the places that would fit our budget. They did not once take us to a place that we could either not afford or we didn't feel comfortable. So the problem really was that they gave us too many good choices, and we explained to them, you know, look, we have X. Can you help us get Y? And Frank, the observant one that he is all the time, you know, he's looking around and he spots, you know, a lockbox on a door. He says, well, wait a minute. He says, that house is not, you know, didn't come up on our listing or something like that. So he makes some phone calls, and you know, about 15 minutes later, he finally runs down and he said, well, let me see what I can do. And then, if I remember right, the lockbox really didn't work. So he had to jiggle it. He kept trying. At one point, Jen and I told him, I said, you know, we can figure out, let's just go to the next house. He goes, Jen, you like this house. So we're going to get in this house. So, you know, so he makes another phone call, and apparently, I don't know if the combination was wrong or what, something happened, but he got us in. He got us in, and we went in it, and that was the house that we ended up buying. And then I had to go back, and Jen stayed, and Grace stayed with her through the whole home inspection. I mean, we're talking about a 6 or 7 hour commitment that she made sure.
I had never done one before.
Yep, and never had done it.
Grace didn't even ask. She just said, I'm going to be there with you. And she sat there with me, and she brought 2 lawn chairs, and we sat on the back, you know, patio. And when the home inspector came out and said that he'd found issues or problems, she helped me interpret, you know, what was there. It was the whole, I think that they really just cared about us as a family. And they said, here is a young military family. And
bottom line is a personal commitment. And again, you know, the whole thing is that
they knew
Gracie and Frank had a vision. You know, all we had to do is give them a couple of ideas of what we were actually looking for, and what they produced was so much more than what we actually asked for.
So, we love them.